Hello, and welcome to this new 2025. I hope you had a great Christmas time and New Year time and winter time. I was lucky to have a little bit of snow this year, and I'm sharing with you some of the landscapes, some of the views from the place where we have our home, me and my husband, in Italy, in Emilia-Romagna, and it's really, really beautiful. So I'm enjoying this winter time, even if you can probably hear from my voice that I've got cold, but never mind. I'm enjoying my ginger and cinnamon tea, and I wanted to share this time with you within this video, where I wanted to show you how you can celebrate winter time, and how to paint winter. So if you love winter as I do, or maybe you don't, but it could help you to love it, then I invite you to this video. Let's celebrate a little bit of winter. Let's jump in. I hope you will enjoy, and I will show you how you can paint beautiful winter. Let's get started. As for the theme, I wanted to paint a house in woods. Even if I saw all those beautiful landscapes, I painted them before with other techniques, but this time I wanted to show you how you can represent snow in a really fun way. And for that, I've chosen the other theme, the really classical, traditional house, little house in woods. And the technique is the use of oil pastels. I don't know if you used this technique when you were a kid. I did. When I was little, I loved this kind of technique, but I usually paint it with a candle, because the thing here is to use medium that is greasy, that has a wax or oil with it, so you can explore it if you don't know it, for example with kids, and you can use just a candle, some wax object, wax pastel or oil pastels, and it has to be white or translucent. And I'm using oil pastels right now. The color is or white or translucent, and the brand is not important. You can test different brands, different kind of waxy or oily pastels that you have at home, and see which one will work better. So right now you cannot see anything that I'm drawing, but there is something. Maybe there you can see that I'm drawing something. If you don't know this technique, then just wait for a moment and the magic will happen. So basically you are using the wet medium, water-soluble mediums. I'm using watercolors, but you can use gouache or inks in a diluted way, and the oil pastel will repel the water. And basically that's the whole philosophy. And what I'm doing in these illustrations, that I'm trying to make those lovely wintry, icy and frosty textures. I really love textures in my illustrations, and I love to explore them. I try different granulating watercolors right now, and I will also use a tissue. I will use also water-soluble pencils and crayons on wet surface to paint trees and create other lovely textures. Those are techniques that I use really very often in my art. So I will leave you with a speed up process, and I hope that you will enjoy. To enhance white, winter and snow, I'm using white gouache and white ink. This is Dr. Martin's ink. I really love the soft effect creating by the wet on wet technique and by using the white gouache or ink over the wet technique. So basically I'm building up contrast and textures, and I'm switching the tools and mediums. I try to paint quick while the surface is still wet, so I can work on those textures. I really like to add a story to my illustrations. That's why I decided to paint a deer, because it already adds a story to it. I also love to paint atmospheres, to create atmospheres. The night theme in my art, in my illustrations, is really I often explore it, and also winter. My first book, and for now the only book that I made illustrations for, was about winter, so I really enjoyed exploring this kind of theme. And voila, you can see that this technique that maybe you know from the childhood, really simple but can give you a lot of satisfaction, and you can create really lovely textures by playing with oil pastels, but also by adding gouache, watercolors and water-soluble crayons. Here I show you how I use this technique with inks. It's really simpler. It can be simple but still satisfying and give a lot of effect. Those are oil pastels and ink. Well, I hope you liked this video. If yes, then please leave your likes. Do you like winter? Do you like to paint winter? Let me know in the comments. And I also wanted to invite you to my Skillshare class, where I explain how to paint this illustration in detailed way, and also in bonus I'm explaining the other illustration with trees and birds. So I show you how you can apply this illustration in different way. I explain the step by step, the supplies, the technique, and I also have another class that goes in a detailed way in every of those techniques. So I have a separate class about how to paint a fun way and use in a fun way oil pastels for your art, how to create textures with water-soluble crayons, and how to use watercolors and create lovely textures. So I invite you really warmly in this winter time to my Skillshare profile if you would like to go deeper into those techniques. So if you don't know the Skillshare platform, it is a platform for creatives and you pay to access it, but I can offer you a 1-month free use within the links that I will share with you below this film. And if you're already a member, then I invite you to see my classes. Again, thank you for watching my video. I hope it was inspiring for you. Let me know in the comments if you knew this technique and if you knew that you can make so many cool things with it, and what inspires you in the winter. Have a great winter time and see you in the next video. Bye bye.